Hello? Okay. Hello. Welcome to our video.
Hello.
We're including all the outtakes now.
And we don't mean at the end. We mean we're including the outtakes.
Right now.
Right now.
So that way you don't have to wait for them. You know, after the credits or whatever. Anyway.
Credits?
No, we don't need to, because we're right here. I mean...
It's early.
Adam.
We just did the credits.
Why am I holding my hat?
Wait, is
Hat goes
that
away.
so we just did the credits. Is it over?
No.
Oh.
Not this time.
Okay.
Alright, so some of you may remember us in general.
Yeah.
And we did that thing like 4 years ago on stage where we played bad music and told really crappy jokes. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry about that one.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hello again. Sorry. But we're here on this day to
Remember.
yes. I was gonna say that, but I had another explanation. I forgot what it was.
Memorialize?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Anyway, today is the day of remembering, and we all know that you all remember, and we remember, but we just thought, you know, we could poorly entertain everyone once again, because why not? But fortunately, we're not going to play music this time. We're sorry about that other time.
Yeah, that was... Not entirely sure. That was a momentary lapse in sanity.
And by the way, unlike last time where I forgot that one verse that I wrote, I've forgotten all of my lyrics. Does anybody have my lyrics? And would anyone like to hold them for me?
Liz, are you out there?
Hello?
Can you come over?
You gotta hold my lyrics. But no, I'm not gonna play, don't worry about it.
This is the closest we're going to get.
Yes, Adam brought along his drumsticks.
This is it. This is the music.
Mm-hmm. This is
Hear
the
that even?
soundtrack.
Can you even hear that? We can. I wonder if they can.
Probably.
Don't know. Let us know.
Give us some feedback. Give us a shout. Let us know. For next time on Dragon Ball Z. No.
I'm sure most people are thinking if there's a next time, God help us.
Sorry.
This isn't going much better.
No.
Oh well.
Alright, now we're gonna plan something and then we forgot. Like my lyrics.
Or my homework.
Homework.
Just kind of generally.
Oh.
I have issues with homework.
Well, it has issues with you too.
Probably. It likes to stay far away from me.
Runs away and then you dream about it.
Yes.
Where were we going with this?
Forgot.
Oh. That's right. So the whole premise behind this is that we forgot, but we remember, but we don't... Where am I going?
Do I ever know?
I don't know. Well, anyway, we're doing this because we don't have a stage this time, and we're not going to try and get people to come. Because this is my apartment, and it won't hold all of you.
No, it really won't.
It's very small. And I'm moving, actually, tomorrow. So...
I'm actually not even sure there'd be room for Liz to come hold lyrics.
No, there's not. There's a table in the way.
Yeah. So you could sit under the table. But there's not room for both of us to have instruments.
No.
Unless I was left-handed. Well, you were left-handed, you sat over here, and I sat over there with my guitar, in which case we
But
did.
then you're just making it complicated.
I am. So. Here we are.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Remember. Everything. All the good times. All the bad times. All the times in general. Because, you know, that's what today is all about.
I remember that time that you got sick and she had to force feed you tomato soup.
Oh yeah. I
Drink
remember
this.
in remembrance of me.
Yes. Wow.
Dang it, why do we not have tomato soup today?
We should have brought tomato soup.
We should have.
We had this whole spiel on tomato soup.
Yeah, we could have gone to the store to get tomato soup, but we forgot, so...
Back to that. That's the motif.
We're really good at forgetting, but
Memory
we
and lack
remember.
thereof.
Yes. And it's very important that you remember that you have trouble remembering, because then you'll be aware of the problem. And if you remember to fix it, then you can fix it.
But you won't always remember what you forgot. You remember you forgot something, but just not necessarily what you forgot. And that comes back to bite you.
And that's what Marcy was there for, to help us, both of us, remember that we had forgotten to do everything we were supposed to do.
Yes.
Every day.
Literally.
Yes. All the time. Just had to get that reminder. And I lived down the hall, so she could just come back on my door and be like, "You forgot to do this!" Oh, yeah.
I get lots of text messages. It's a good thing I got texting that semester.
I was gonna say, you don't get text messages now. You just said, "I get lots of text messages."
I'd get.
I misheard you because I'm deaf.
I might have misspoken because...
Well, I think you did.
Okay, so...
We don't know how to speak.
Let's go back and redo that one. I'd get lots of text messages.
Yes, you did. And if you didn't get text messages, I showed up and told you that you'd forgotten something. Yes. If I remembered to tell you.
Because Marcy said, "Hey, go tell Adam this."
Yes.
I'm writing the paper. Go tell Adam he has to write his.
Yes, and I would go off and...
and then you'd come remind me, and then we'd hang out.
And then he wouldn't write the paper.
Paper didn't get written. Looking back, she really should have sent a better messenger.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't shoot me.
True.
Because shooting the messenger
on
is
purpose.
just... Well, yeah, there was that one time, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then there was the time you fell on my abs and hurt yourself, but...
Yeah, well, let's not discuss that, because that just sounds weird.
It does.
And now it's here.
But there's a perfectly legitimate explanation we're not going into.
But we're going to take that out, and we're going to put it in the outtakes, which are here. So we're going to leave it exactly where it was.
Exactly, and it's best covered that way.
It is.
Now... See, I've gone and forgotten what I remembered, so you have to give me a second. And Adam doesn't know what it is for once. So...
Musical interlude.
Okay, so,
I think that was Disturbed.
Yes, it was.
That was accidental.
Yes, accidentally on purpose.
Yes.
Just like that album we're going to come out with, right?
Yes.
Accidentally on purpose.
Yes, accidentally disturbed.
Accidentally disturbed, accidentally on purpose.
Still a lot of accidents going to be involved in our...
We're sorry about that.
Yeah.
We always seem to... Never mind.
Our friendship was actually an accident.
Yes, it was.
He was late. You were late to something hanging out with Michael Brown.
Yes,
and I was early.
Then Lou and Will wouldn't let me in.
Yes. And that's actually how we met.
Yes, because you let me in.
Yes.
After Michael Brown told you to.
Exactly. So, that's our friendship.
Yes.
I opened the door for him.
You opened the door into my new life. And then I opened the door for you to Marcy, because he actually was wandering around when I was moving in at one point. I'm like, "Hey, I know that guy. You should help me move in. By the way, this is Marcy. And she's a great person. She lives down the hall. Let's all hang out later." And that's how those two met.
And then hysterically, the next day, it turns out she had added into one of my classes.
Conveniently.
And it's just like walking thing. "Hey, Marcy." She's like, "Hey." And we sat down next to each other. And proceeded to spend the rest of the time that we knew each other complaining about that teacher.
Yes. And I'm sure I heard about it, but I've forgotten.
You heard about it many times.
Well, like I said, I forgot.
But we remember.
Yes. And remembering is the point.
Yes.
It's very important.
It is.
Because if you don't... No, we did that. What?
Did you ever figure out where you were going?
I think I did, and then I forgot again.
Oh, that's good. Somewhere towards the end of this, he's going to make some grand epiphany, and it's going to be amazing.
Or it's going to be right after I turn off the camera, and then I'm just going to not bother. So just don't worry about it.
The camera might die.
Yeah, I noticed it's dying. So if it cuts out and then we come back, that's why.
Of course, it was dying last time too, and we still managed to get everything on camera for the
yes, we did. It was like last time. Yes.
Thank you for that camera work.
Yeah.
It
was brilliant, and it made our performance look as terrible as it was, and we thank you for that.
Much like the 80s. The performances were terrible, but some fantastic cinematography. Did I say that right? Cinematography.
Yes.
Okay.
You did not misspeak.
Good.
Your English was not broken.
Awesome.
Marcy hated when we had broken English.
She
She
did.
just had to fix it.
She really hated when she had broken English.
Yes.
That
That
was-
was terrible. When English goes bad with Englishy people.
It's not great.
No.
You ever seen the Da Vinci Code, the albino monk who had the punishing himself thing?
I didn't, but
Oh.
apparently you did.
Yes. Well, he would.
Maybe
like,
they did. Did you guys see it? Do you know what he's talking about?
The albino monk with the self-flagellation.
It's not important. Don't worry
It's
about
not.
it.
I'm just. If you've seen it, that's kind of a rough idea of what it looks like when
He
the
makes
English mention-
references that most people don't get, and then I get, and then I don't get, and then it doesn't matter.
And then he forgets that he got them.
Yes.
But
We remember.
we should have done this in Montreal.
Why?
Because that's the not Montreal, whatever territory they're in. That's actually their
Oh,
slogan. It's we
yeah.
remember. It's in French, but it's we remember. Which actually would have made it more appropriate, considering Marcy and her French.
Yes. I don't know why you said Montreal.
Well, it's Montreal's in it.
Ah,
The
okay.
state which contains Montreal.
And you know, the other day I was thinking about,
I could be
we
dead
remember the 5th of November, or whatever it was?
Yes.
Yes. Completely not relevant, but it was just along the lines of remembering, which, by the way,
Great job. Lynn.
now I work for lens crafters, making lenses for glasses, and I have to wear a white lab coat. So if you know about the joke where the people in the white coats were going to take Marcy away one day,
He's
I'm
now
in the
people
white coat now, but, you know, I work with people in white coats, but, you know, I have to, like, figuratively, you know, I don't know, it just doesn't work anymore, but
No, it really doesn't.
it's just inconvenient that I had to wait until now to have to wear a white coat. So I'm sorry about that. I could not fulfill the point of the joke. But
How dare you?
yeah, well, you know, that's what happens when you don't work for a company at the time. But it doesn't matter. You can all pretend that it happened because it's funny.
It is. Sort of.
Yes.
Kinda.
Never mind.
If you don't think about it too much.
If you think about it too hard, like if you're still thinking about it, it's probably not funny anymore.
No, I mean, we've stopped thinking it's funny.
Yes.
We have to put that one in the outtakes,
Yes.
which are happening.
Right now, as we speak. Of course, they would be happening as we speak had we moved them. But
Yes.
we
You just
didn't
wouldn't be seeing them
at this point.
at this point. But now you are.
Yes. And for some reason, that's important.
Yes.
Now, on the subject of funny, I have nothing to insert there, but I want to talk about something funny.
Okay.
Do you have something funny?
Have you?
Well, thank you. I've got you. You and your you-ness.
What's wrong with my Eunice? Or me?
Okay, now you made it sound like something inappropriate, okay?
No.
What's wrong with my Eunice?
You made it sound like something inappropriate. I said something. You're the one who chose to interpret it that way, and I'm sure most of them did too. Especially once you
Well,
laughed.
we know you did.
Yes. For some reason, now I have My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark stuck in my head. I really hate that song. I really do.
Oh well.
Blast. Of course, I've had Right Here, Right Now stuck in my head.
Right here, right now.
Who did that?
I don't remember.
Jesus something, I think.
Jesus.
Or maybe it was actually pronounced Jesus something.
No sé. We apologize for not staying on track, but we didn't necessarily have a track to be on. We just...
Technically, this is on track.
It is on track, because this is on track for us because this is what we do. And we felt that it was important that we shared us with you on today because we thought it might help in some strange way. Shadow, what are you doing? Stop washing yourself on the papasan. You're being silly. Sorry, I have a cat.
Well, your fiance has a cat.
Yes. Close enough.
She
likes my lap when she's not here.
You have a step cat.
Yes. That counts. What are you doing? She's rolling around chasing her shadow.
Shadow's chasing her shadow.
Yes, the cat's name is Shadow, and she is chasing her shadow, and I don't think I've seen her do this before.
She's confused.
She's trying to attack her shadow. I really wish you could see this, but I'm not going to move the camera because I've got it positioned exactly where it needs to be for what we're doing. Actually, I have it mispositioned where I'm partially cut out of the picture, and you can see in the background my, dirty apartment. You know what? Let's fix this. There, that's better.
Way. Some apartment. Now there's some more apartment.
Well, yes, there's apartment over here, but then here we are.
There's less
over here.
Well, actually, there's the same amount of apartment.
It's just divided.
Right.
And behind me is part of my office. See, the way this is divided is that we're in the living room, and then behind me, behind that thing, is the office, and then behind that is a table where someone is actually not currently working, but on the computer.
Hello.
Everyone say hi. Okay, I think that's probably a reasonable amount of time for you to have said hello by now.
Probably. If you even did.
But you don't have to. You're not obligated. They're not over here.
No.
And probably not listening. So. Or maybe they are, but, that's not really important.
I'd like to take this moment and say if you're still watching this, why? And I'm sorry.
We congratulate you on willing to stay with us this long for no reason at all. You must be really bored.
Quite.
I mean...
That does not... Have we seriously been talking for 17 minutes already?
That's what the camera says.
Wow.
It does not feel like it's been 17 minutes, but I'm sure it feels like 17 minutes to you.
I'm sure it feels like 17 hours to you right now.
Probably, but this is what we do. We just...
Most people like to say that. We have this amazing control over time, where it suddenly grinds to a halt.
Especially when I'm telling a story that winds up being 3 hours, and you wonder what the point was, why I started talking about it in the first place, and why you're still here.
And in case you're wondering, he thinks the same thing.
Yes.
When he's telling a story.
Yes, I do.
That's his power. My power is showing up and whenever I show up, it seems to remind people that it's time for them to leave. It's amazing how I don't know, it's just something about my presence reminds people that they have somewhere else to be.
Well, usually when he shows up at my place, his mother reminds him that he has to leave. Even when he didn't have any reason to leave, and when he gets back home, there was no reason to leave in the first place.
And it turns out she wasn't actually trying to tell me I need to leave. She was just basically saying, so when you coming back?
But
anyways.
Never mind the point. Today is a day about Marcy.
Never mind that.
It's all about Marcy, except that we can't keep on track. But while we're talking about this nonsense, just remember, and that's the important thing.
Yes. Just kind of picture her sitting that side going, what are you two talking about?
Yes, in fact, I'll be right back.
He's going. He's off. He's grabbing something off the wall. He's returning.
And now you don't have to imagine anymore.
That's
because here she is, right here behind us. She has joined us for this ridiculous adventure.
She has. Yes.
Everybody say hello. Or don't.
It's your prerogative.
She knows you've said hello. It's okay. Really, she'd be sitting over on this side where you can't see because there's space over here in this corner. Right there. There's another seat on the couch. But I put her behind me so that she could be part of the picture because this camera can't go back any farther than it is.
No. It's a bad camera.
It's a terrible camera.
really is.
But it's a lot better than not having one. He had to bring it because I don't have one, which is kind of silly for me.
It really is. Why don't you have one?
I don't feel like affording one, and I wouldn't use it often enough.
Don't feel like affording one.
Hey, leave me alone.
It's amazing how you've managed to make being broke into a personal choice.
Don't listen to him.
Generally good advice, actually.
Alright, this picture is not going to be centered.
You
know it's...
now figured that out.
No, I knew that already.
Okay.
I just felt like fidgeting with it.
You just...
Anyway, don't
okay.
worry about it. It's there. You know, I'm not actually sure when or how we're going to wrap this up, so if you get bored, feel free to just turn it off and come back to it later if you get bored.
Especially since we've now been talking for going on 21 minutes.
And, you know...
And have yet to say anything.
I would tell you to skip the beginning, because the beginning we hadn't figured out what track we weren't on. But if you're watching it now, you either skipped the beginning, or this advice is going to be useless because you watched it. But if you were to watch it again and show your friends,
why?
For, I don't know, for some crazy reason, then you could skip the beginning. But, you know, that assumes you want to, you know, participate in this adventure with us more than once, which I don't know why you would.
Neither do I.
I feel like we should be telling stories about something, but for some reason we can't think of any. Can you think of any?
So there's this time.
At this place?
Yes. Not this place. But
well, no. This place...
Not this time.
No.
But there was another time in another place. Carrollton. Place was West Georgia. Place was your room.
Oh.
And we were all hanging out. She was less flat.
Yes. More three-dimensional.
More three-dimensional.
Less painted.
Yes. I don't know. She did have a lot of makeup on that day.
Yes, well, this is very true.
But anyways, it was fall. Walmart had these awesome caramel apple cream cake things. I brought it over, and we all sat around eating it. Started talking about Vincent Price.
Oh, yes, I remember now.
And decided that we wanted to form a religion whose two sacraments were the sharing of caramel apple cream cake and worshipping of Vincent Price.
Oh, and all of his oddities.
Yes. You gotta appreciate a man whose last film appearance was Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Which is actually a lie, or it's the second to last, but no one cares about the last one. Because it was kind of... It wasn't as awesome. It wasn't Edward Scissorhands.
It's kind of like the first season of Top Gear. In the UK, you just don't watch it.
No. Or like those 5 albums that Dylan did between the late 70s and early 90s.
Never mind.
Those were just not good.
Never mind. I remember one particular time.
Yes. Just one.
I used to... Well, one for now.
Okay.
I remember them all at once, but not right now.
Okay.
Anyway, I was working for the football team, and I don't know how many of you have heard this story, but I was working for the football team.
The sun?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do.
Sorry,
You're supposed to drum. Do-do-do-do. Anyway. You stop now. It's okay. You missed it.
Yeah, I screwed it up, actually.
Anyway, so I was working for the football team and had to climb this ridiculous 3-story rickety old tower with a camera and filmed them practicing, and it was terrible.
It was worse than this.
It really was. And I had to do it every day. And then I had to go on trips, but never mind. One day I was up there and I heard them, I swear I heard the coach say, "Get out there! Get some sun in your lungs!" And it was like, it sounds like a terrible idea. So I told Marcy about it later, and she said, "I don't want to get any sun in my lungs. Smoking sunlight sounds painful." It's just like, wow, I gotta remember that forever. Or,
And you will?
yeah, always. Or the time that she came over to my parents' house, well, one of the times, for dinner, and my dad had fallen asleep on his dad's bed, and had a pillow over his eyes, and it screwed up his hair. And when he sat down, I was like, "You've been working really hard on that hairdo, haven't you?" And he's like, I was like, "Why did you have a pillow over your eyes anyway?" And he said, "Well, it keeps my eyes warm." And that was something else we always remembered, and we'd joke about. Like, just remember, like, "Hey, Marcy, are your eyes warm enough? Maybe you need a pillow for that. It's cold outside, You don't have to see where you're going, just, so your eyes are warm. That's all that matters."
I remember she used to run from your Letterman jacket.
What?
It would be cold and you try to put your Letterman jacket on her and she'd run.
Oh. And it wasn't actually mine, it was my
your
sister's. And people always miss the fact that it said 99 on it, which I did not graduate high school in 99 because I am not 33.
Didn't you start high school in 99?
No, I was 10. Definitely didn't start high school. I did not, I was not part of the academy at West Georgia, no. Not at all.
It has nothing to do with high school. Well, it does, but it has nothing to do with starting high school.
This is true.
It's going to college.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Never mind. Never mind the difference.
Okay. Now we've gotten really off track because now we're silent.
Yes, we had to recollect. I remember every day something, some random instance of something to do with her. Maybe it's just a passing thing, or maybe it's that I remembered some silly thing we did, and I'll just bust out laughing at work. People look at me funny, like, you okay? I'm like, no, I just remembered something in college. It's fine.
Yeah, it's funny. I can do the same thing.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
It's great. You just remember something and you just sit there and you just start laughing. People look at you like you're crazy. Of course, people at my job assume I'm crazy anyway.
Well, you're the one that had a trebuchet. But I gave him a trebuchet. No, I know it's a different job, but...
But yeah, I'm that guy.
He has a trebuchet and he shoots clay at people.
Not intentionally.
No, but, he almost started an office war.
I did. That was entertaining.
And every once in a while I'll be out at the... I forgot to tell you about this. I was at the bowling alley the other day, and I saw somebody, I was like, I could swear from behind that Marcy was at the bowling alley and was like, "Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Well, I told you, I started at Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
That fall. And there's the woman in the class next to me. Looked exactly like how she would have looked at 50.
Yes, and then of course...
And that was...
difficult.
That was not easy, no.
No. And then Katie said that there was somebody at KSU that looks like her, and that's never easy. I've been lucky and not had any daily interaction or frequent interaction with anybody that reminds me too much, because that's hard. I had a hard time for I don't know, year and a half, 2 years after, but I'm fine now. I still remember every day. I mean, I'm sure we all remember every day.
She technically wakes me up in the morning.
I don't doubt it.
I've got this, so...
She used to do that anyway.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. That summer, I was out in Arizona and saw this coffee. Wake the Up coffee.
I remember this coffee.
And I bought it. I'm like, I'm giving this to Marcy. Never got to.
No.
So I keep it behind my alarm clock. So now whenever I have to wake up and look at my alarm clock, there's wake the up. And to me it's Marcy waking me up in the morning.
Yes, she says, "Get up right now."
Actually, she says, "Get the up," but
Well, we may not be editing the length of the bloopers, but we are being kind to those of you with children.
We are.
We don't want there'd be any vocal issues.
What does that word mean? Don't worry about it.
No, we're just skipping that whole ordeal because that's, we that's what,
You're watching this. We've got to do you some favor.
Yeah, we have to try to do anything.
Something. Because so far we've done nothing this entire video.
And we're sorry for wasting your time. But we just felt the need to do this. And again, turn it off at any time because we don't know how long this might actually happen. How many hours do you have?
What time is it? 2:30. I have 2 hours.
This could be a 2.5 hour long. It's not going to be.
It's not going to be. But it could, and that's the scary part.
Yes, you can just imagine this going on for another 2 hours.
I say we should. You know what we should do right now?
What?
We should pull a Mr. Rogers. It's time for you to tell a story now. And we're going to listen to your story.
That's right. You need to comment on this video and tell us your stories. And then somebody out there with more initiative than us will write them down and publish it. So write down your stories that you remember about her that had anything to do with her at all and compile it, and then all of us will have all of the stories forever.
Yes.
If you have to manually copy all of the comments, go ahead, whatever works for you.
Although, that's not actually what I meant. I literally meant, tell a story right now. And we're going to pretend to listen. We're going to nod. We're going to go, oh yeah. Like we can actually hear you.
Because we can. Because we do have really bad hearing, and therefore can hear everything.
Obviously.
I remember, yeah. You remember? You remember that?
I remember that. Oh yeah, that time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Tie us outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Will, I know you remember that.
Yeah.
You know.
The time at the picnic table.
Mm-hmm. Then of course there was that other time.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that time.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. See, we knew you remembered.
We knew.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing too, because remembering is important.
It is.
Because
that's you can actually see it up there. 1 second. Since I'm the worst looking thing in this video at the moment. If you can read that.
it says strength from memory. And that's exactly what she would want us to have. So if you don't have it, you should.
You really should.
And you can't buy it on sale for $19.95.
You cannot.
It's not free. You can't get it anywhere else. Strength from her memory you cannot get anywhere else.
This is a one-time exclusive offer.
Yes, and we're trying to help you get it.
We are. This is a self-help video now.
Yes, of course.
So if you ever need some help, just remember, go back through 33 minutes and 20 seconds or so in. It becomes a self-help video.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I was going to say something and I completely forgot what it was.
Of course you did.
This is very, very common.
It is. I'm sure it's happened lots of times. I just don't quite remember.
Yeah.
That was a bad attempt at a joke. I'm sorry.
We remember that it happens, but we never mind.
That's right. We never mind. It just happens.
That's right.
We don't mind it ever.
No, because it's not that important. Eventually, we remember like 3 weeks later, and then it's okay.
And then it's her going, really?
Oh, I remember now.
Really?
Yes. We'd call her up, and she'd be like, "It took you this long to remember? Are you serious?"
No, not really.
We're never serious.
I still always remember that. Just in there. Really? No, not really. Never happened.
All the time. Yeah. I remember goofing off with her, being silly, and I remember always being able to make her laugh about something, and she always made me feel better about things. And if you weren't there for the really bad stage show, then we have other stories, and I don't remember what ones I did or didn't tell, but there was a really funny one where
I think I've retold all my stories.
oh, I've got boatloads that I'm going to remember when I'm not doing this anymore. Freshman year, we would hang out under the stairs in Bowden. There was an internet jack where a payphone used to be, I think, since the building was built in the 70s. I don't know why there was an internet jack down there. 60s. Well, under the stairs there was a little cubby hole. There were stairs going down to where this payphone was,
Like
probably.
3 stairs.
Yes, 3 stairs.
And
And
a couch back there.
yes.
Cody's little reading corner.
Yes, well,
If you go to West Georgia and you live in Bowden, it's a nice place to study for finals.
well, I think the couch wasn't down there when I was there, but it was a big wheel that I think Michael Brown, the guy in charge of the building, had rolled out down there because it was in his apartment and he didn't want it. So he put it down there, and then I set up my bean bags and stuff down under there, and we'd hook up.
And it was the 60s again.
Yes,
There were bean bags, everyone was just hanging around.
but there was a laptop, so that's definitely not 60s. But we'd set that up and watched anime online, and some people we wound up being friends with later, and some other people that weren't. Just people going by and we're like, oh, look at them, isn't her boyfriend cute? And we're going, yeah, about that, sure. Because we're just cuddled up under the stairs on the beanbag, but we're just hanging out and watching stuff. We're like, yeah, whatever, those people are nuts. And some people that lived on her floor, one of them went up the stairs backwards, looking between her legs through the spaces between the stairs, very confused, and everyone else is like, Jesse, go up the just stop go up the stairs, because she apparently didn't know. It's very funny, and we just thought it was hilarious that people assumed what they should naturally assume, apparently. And the pirate is now home. Pirate, come here and say hello. Daniel. Daniel, would you like to come say hello?
There's a video.
What?
There's a video.
Oh. Hi, guys.
We can see like your eyebrows.
That's alright.
This is a memorial video.
Oh, it is?
Yes. We're going to put this on Facebook and make people watch it for almost 40 minutes.
Oh, now
We've been sitting here for
like
a long
retard
time.
for 2 of those minutes.
Yes. That's alright. We sound like that for the entire video.
Yes.
I cannot find my keys. Have to borrow these.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere in your apartment.
Okay.
So I'll just get them from your apartment later.
Okay.
Alright, so Jake has lost his keys. You did not get to see Jake, and you got to see Daniel's eyebrows.
Yes.
Both of them knew Marcy,
I did.
but they did not have time to participate as Jake lost his keys.
As opposed to us who have lost our minds.
Yes.
Because we think people are going to watch us.
Yes, this is very true.
What?
And there are things, Shadow. Shh. Oh, fine, come here.
Here's the cat.
This is Shadow. She says hello. Ow, ow, ow. Get it. Go.
Oh, no, don't fuck her on me.
Right. Well, seeing as how I can't think of I can't think of anything else at the moment, we will
Oh, no. Paul, thank you.
we will
Oh God, she's climbing me.
she does that. Well, seeing as how I can't think of anything else at the moment, we will take a I would say an intermission, but we may not come back. So we hope you have maybe enjoyed at least some of the time here, and that it has helped you remember the good times, the bad times,
The ugly times.
and
Good, bad, the ugly.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
And there was no, I know there was another thing that I was gonna
I'm sorry.
play on, and no, it's okay. I don't even remember what it was. It was a quote from something, and I've gone and forgotten what it was. Maybe you know, and if you
pretend you said
do,
it.
yes, just pretend that I said it, and if you don't know, then never mind. But yes, we hope you enjoyed at least some of this. Now, just over 40 minutes. We have just broken 40 minutes of ridiculous waste of your time. But if you have any further desire for us to add more video or more videos or anything like that, then you are out of luck, as this is a very
And out of
rare...
your mind.
Yes. And this is a very rare opportunity for us to be together. I see him maybe once a month, and it's his camera, so you won't be seeing anything from either of us for a while. But, once again, we have decided to share this with you on this day of remembrance, whether you like it or not. Now, go and do something far more productive and far more interesting than this,
Yes.
and have a good rest of whatever it is. Goodbye. You didn't say goodbye.
I went like that.
Well, yes, but that's, just because that's your goodbye doesn't mean that they're going to accept that as a legitimate goodbye.
Okay, so let's run through all the goodbyes. Adios, arrivederci, adieu, auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Let me see.
Sayonara. What's Chinese for goodbye? I used to know.
I don't know. All I know is airplane, and that's fei yi. Which, by the way, I was in the...
Hello.
Yes, ni hao. I was in the Chinese airport and said fei yi, and some guy in line turned around and looked at me funny. Now, that's either because I said it correctly in Chinese in a Chinese airport and I'm a white boy, or that I said something horribly wrong, since there's four tones, and they all mean something different. So if you say it wrong, you could say airplane, or you could say
Possibly something really mean.
something terrible, and you might have insulted their mother. Anyway, that's
Or
a
your
side
own mother.
note. Well, yes, this is true. Well, anyway, on that note,
Yes.
before I get sidetracked on what could be another video for another time, had I actually bothered to fiddle with that, goodbye, and don't write too much hate mail.
Yes.